Wait a minute, that's the wrong intro. Hang on.
There we go.
Hello and welcome to the Byzantian Brewscast, this time not featuring a spinning cow and Mambo. Welcome to the podcast with your host Kenneth Jexag and Byzantian Dev. You've gotta get faster on the thing. Anyway, it's our weekly podcast where we talk tabletop games and other stuff. Occasionally video games and funny music things, or just whatever's on our minds this week. Speaking of, how have you been? What have you been up to this week? Oh? Byzantian Dev? I think his mic might have broken. If you are speaking, I cannot hear you. Oh no! Oh, I can't hear you. Back to the spinning cow, I guess. Where did I put the spinning cow? Just while we wait for the technical difficulties. I would bring this image up, this like little video Mambo, but I can't be bothered. Ah, there we go, perfect. Hello, Byzantian Dev.
Hello again.
Oh, so what have we been up to this week?
I've been up to trying to keep busy. As down Moseley Rugby Club yesterday.
Nice.
Today, that was nice. They're opening a. Okay, so it's not table tennis. It's not tennis. It's called paddle. I think it's a French sport.
Right.
But anyway, they've opened up some courts down the Moseley Rugby Club. So I was there doing my thing. Yep, got paid in food and drink. It's all right.
Sounds good.
Been quite quiet, really. It's just been me knocking about the house, just trying to keep myself entertained, mid-job hunting and all that.
Ah, understandably. I've also had quite a quiet week, because I did get to see my nan and granddad on my father's side over the week, which was nice.
Yeah.
Mostly talking about Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, ironically, because my granddad's been playing a lot lately. I've given him. I gave him some advice about using alchemy to completely break the game.
Yeah, that was one as well that they can do that.
He didn't know that you could stack potion effects by drinking more of the same potion.
Oh, fair.
He's like, oh, I've got to try that now. It's like, yeah. Carry weight's like actually a breeze if you use alchemy.
To be fair, if you get enough strength, you could do alchemy as a side skill. It's great. As I tend to do anyway.
I guess if you want to play Oblivion properly, don't go too much into alchemy. But if you want to
or conjuration.
Yeah, but if you want to do really good at the game, or just absolutely breeze it for the achievements and whatnot, go hard into alchemy. And then, so you go hard into alchemy, and then you go hard into enchanting. Because I think there's a similar thing you can, because I think you can, so you can create items that fortify alchemy, and you can see where that goes. And I think a lot of enchanting comes down to intelligence or something, like your intelligence stat determines it. So then what you do is you make potions, so you make items of fortify alchemy, then equip that, make a potion of fortify intelligence, drink that, and then make more equipment that boosts alchemy, and so on and so forth. It's like ye old Resty Pot exploit glitch. It's not even a glitch, because that's the game working as intended.
I found that you want one combat skill that's really good,
Mm.
and then you want one non-combat skill that sort of helps it.
Yeah. For
Because
me, I
you can
went.
never rely on one thing.
Yeah, I went blade
Like
because
diamond, the round hardwood shotgun.
while you were studying magic, I studied the blade.
That's like conjuration. You just make really cool magic items for yourself.
Yeah, and just like just summon Dremora Lords.
Or you just get good at conjuring. Use the really rubbish soul gems on like taking regular loot weapons and making them really expensive.
Yeah,
That's also really cheap and easy.
that works for me.
That's cool.
But
But
yeah,
then my
and
side of the family plays many video games.
yeah, I got
It's
to
kind of
see them. That was nice. I got to because my folks, my grandparents, they have a really good sort of bird feeder set up in their back garden, and because it's got like one of those, like glass patio kind of doors, some living rooms
yeah.
have. They've got that, so you can see right to the back garden from the comfort of the living room, and you'll always see like robins, etc., going at the feeder, and it was lovely. It was even lovely, if not slightly morbid, when a sparrowhawk decided to go, lunch, grab sparrow. I saw it was like, bam, onto the hedge, wait a few seconds, bam, gone again. It's like, wow, was that a sparrowhawk?
That's nature in
Yeah.
action.
It's like, aw. And it's like, even sparrowhawks look really cute. I mean, sure, they eat sparrows, but it's like, that's nature for you.
What are they called before they ate sparrows?
Okay. I guess like brown hawks or something, maybe. Who knows? Ah, yeah, it's the common hawk. That. It's probably what it was actually, but like common hawk or spotted hawk or whatever.
Breasted hawk.
Yeah. Or maybe like they ate a different bird before sparrows. They'd be called like the tit hawk or something.
That'd be an unfortunate name. Oh dear.
Yeah. The breasted tit hawk. Wait a minute. Uh,
Breasted booby tit.
just yeah. I love bird names. They're so ridiculous. Anyway,
I think
I've
people
got
just can't tell what the drill.
yeah,
Oh
I've got
yes,
some
coming up.
Pepsi. I didn't do much else this week. I mean, we did meet up for our usual, so that was fun.
You
I
did.
got to watch you pair dying
Oh
constantly
god.
to the same boss.
Nathan has a collection of obscure PS2 games I've never touched and given a go at. It was it X-Men
X-Men
Next
Legends,
Generation or something.
yeah.
It was hard. Very
I,
hard.
I love how they just throw a Sentinel A at you, just like out of
Oh, we were
nowhere
talking
again,
about like
with the worst
40
possible
minutes. Both
character
of
that
us.
you could be for that boss battle. So that's
Yeah, that was not
fine.
a balanced game.
Yeah, but then I was gonna say a lot of old fighting games were like that. Like the ones that weren't really designed with a competitive scene in mind were a bit like that. It's
That's
like
true.
I still don't get how Smash Bros managed to eke out a competitive scene when that game is not designed for balance in the slightest.
No, it's really not.
It's like, how did you guys manage that? But like, yeah, it's like I think Digimon Rumble Arena was the same. It's like, oh yeah, like these are really easy fights, and then you just get to Reapamon, and he just goes, boosh, boosh, boosh. It's
Is
like,
it
sorry,
round
was that a
5?
fucking 30 hit combo? What the fuck? And then you unlock Reapamon, and he just fucking erases everything. It's like, okay. Just yikes. Oh, have I
Yeah,
broken
that
them?
did.
Yeah.
But no, we saw this. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
There we go.
just like, yeah, it's like fighting games. I mean, speaking of games, actually, no, I should probably save that for Critical Fumble. It's a surprise fumble for later. So, shall we move on to our tabletop book club? Jingle is still a whip.
It's good.
What do you have for tabletop book club?
Uh, oh yes, it's there behind my computer. I've been going through my collection of old stuff, and I've found. I'm not sure it's the last one they ever made for the original Lord of the Rings run.
Uh-huh.
But I heard it would sound like it because they did a whole source book for just the Battle of Pelennor Fields, and it's a really nice example of Games Workshop looking at like the Lord of the Rings and looking at what Tolkien didn't really write about much.
Hmm.
Um, so the main conflict, obviously, is the big battle, the Pelennor Fields, but there's also stuff like just the Haradrim, and it's pretty much all Haradrim, so it's quite in depth. I think they had some like last few more kits to release at this point, but this is
Ah.
pretty much near the tail end of the first run.
Hmm.
Um, it's got the standard like good evil campaign, which is obviously leading up to Pelennor Fields. But what's kind of a little different is they set up this character Suladan, who's basically like he sounds like Saladin. It's literally based on that guy,
Hmm.
and he is effectively like the best new evil hero for that book only. They would always have like a named character to show off, so they went
Hmm.
with Suladan. He's really the original model is really cool for him. This weird mask going on. I think I've got it somewhere. Um, but they've got a campaign in here which is basically his rights, most of how he became who he actually got to power in the first place.
Hmm.
It's got like 6 or 7 different scenarios. It's Haradrim versus Haradrim,
Oh.
including like an assassination attempt that uses like the sentry rules that are a bit off the beaten track,
Mm-hmm.
and then just fills in some of the gaps the movies didn't quite go through. Um, so it's a really decent book, and this is from the era when they still cared to have these. They have a whole section at the back about making Haradrim tents and terrain and stuff like that.
Hmm.
A whole painting guides in the back that they'd probably do online or charge for now. So it's nice to have these old books because you could see the design was also very different back in the day. It's even got like templates you can photocopy from. Like I've got a template here for the Haradrim tent. So if I wanted to, for some reason, print one out, I could.
Hmm.
Um, I like the level of detail in these. They cost me like a fiver because it was way after print was done.
Nice.
It's a really cool book. It's not massively long, but how did it come in? Under 60 pages worth. But it's a really concise thing, and I just think if you're into designing tabletop games and you want to look into skirmishing games,
Hmm.
the actual format of the Lord of the Rings scenarios are really solid. They tell you exactly who's taking part, the objective, any special rules, everything like that is all covered within like a couple of pages worth. So they're really quite concise.
Interesting. That's good.
Yeah, so that's Battle of Pelennor Fields. A nice short one, but I haven't read it in a while. I
Hmm.
was quite impressed by it. I'm
It
going
is
back to
nice
it.
when some of the
Quite
lesser touched aspects of Tolkien's work actually get touched
Oh
upon in
yes,
more detail.
there's another one he did have on my phone. It's just like the Fall of Arnor, which is in the books. It gets like 3 lines,
Oh,
maybe. Aragorn references it once or twice,
hmm.
but here's like the whole thing of how it happened in the first place. Where's new units just for that campaign?
Hmm.
They really cared to fill in the gaps. So I do miss a little bit of that, but having them in any form is happy enough. Oh, yeah, huge thing
Fair
weird.
enough.
Yeah, what have you got this week?
So I have this is a third level adventure by Cobalt Press
Very nice.
called Leewood Shore.
Leewood Shore.
Leewood
Okay.
Shore. Yeah, I thought it was Aylwood Shore for a second, but no, there is definitely a space between
Oh,
and Leewood.
that sounds like a fun place to go.
So basically, there's a retired adventurer. He wants to go to his friend's funeral, or something like that. Yeah. I was like, what? Yeah, his dead friend, like left him something in his will, like to a small island. It's like, oh, there's treasure here, basically, something like that. And there's something about basically a lot of this centers around crab people. Crab people.
People.
Yeah, it's like Crab Island is one of like the headings for this like adventure. So yeah,
Island.
you go to a mystery crab island, and obviously there's a bit of like, ooh, bit of tension on the actual journey there because obviously, you're traveling across waters, here be dragons, etc. There's a cool ancient temple section with like a priest quarters, a separate to it, and a main temple. Very that sort of section is very by the books kind of thing. Very not necessarily cliche. What do you call it? Standard kind of
Yeah.
scenario. But there's some sanding stones with crab motifs on, which gives me a bit of vibe of like Elder Scrolls esqueness. Magical standing
Give me
stones.
more like Cthulhu vibes almost.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of like there's some crab lads, and so there's crab gloves. It's like, oh, these gloves are shaped like crab claws, but fit easily over your hands. I'm just imagining, there's like, do you remember those like Hulk gloves you could get when, I mean, they still do them,
Yeah.
but like, like Hulk hands, but crab hands. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's like you can use the attack action, make 2 melee attacks with the claws. So basically, it's like essentially it's like I guess a pugilist weapon, just crab claws. A bonk bonk.
Snip, snip.
Yeah. A Lithodian wearing these gloves has 2 human-sized and shaped hands instead of claws. It can wield weapons with the hands and has dexterity. Dexterity checks that require fine manipulation. So if you're like a crab person already, you're just turning your crab hands into human hands if you do that. So it has the opposite effect. That's actually quite funny.
Oh. What? Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so Lithodians are a crab given humanoid form, and that they wave their powerful claws in warning. Lithodians are clannish crab folk created by Aboleth for menial labor and protection. Many Lithodians live their entire lives as humans. They might not ever realize their true names, which are revealed only when their patron Aboleth calls. Oh, so they're like crab sleeper agents. Oh, that's weird. Oh,
So funny.
Oh, that's so. What do you mean? A crab this entire? Yeah, because I guess they're like, yeah, a Lithodian born to a human family resembles a human child, but it transforms into an adult Lithodian sometime after age 20 when the Aboleth its parents' child is attuned to calls for it. Oh my goodness! So you could just you could straight up have lived as a human for like 20 odd years, think you're human, and then Aboleth just says, "Oi, you're a crab now." What do you mean? Ah! Crab. Oh, that is actually
sure.
Of you weren't far off the mark when you said like Cthulhu-esque because you're Aboleth.
Oh, the infamous look.
Yeah.
It's just crabs. Surprised you've been a crab all this time.
I'll send you the PDF for this, as you might not already have had it.
I kind of wanted to. I'm trying to find.
You can look at the crab
them,
people. There's actually
many other crab
people. Yeah, so Ali Woodshaw. There you go. It's literally the cover is as well as this like crab man. They do actually look kind of cool. It's just like crab people. I love how they got their like little other claws that tucked to their chest.
Yeah, spooky crabs.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure what we're expecting. They called the place Crab Island.
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. Now, I like that they called them something that's not just crab people.
It's a little flavored. So it is kind of basic, but it is still pretty interesting. Although beyond that, there's also a chul in this as well. That's cool. Crab-like chul. So there's more than just crab people.
Hold small objects with their little limbs. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Well, that's really short.
Damn! That's really. So if you go to developments, there's a whole section like describing the guy's transformation. Ooh. The skin on his head splits open as a crab shell acting as his skull bursts out. The rest of his skin then
Oh,
sloughs off, revealing segmented limbs, oversized pincers in place of hands, and a thin carapace covering his torso, giving the same appearance of the Lithodian's piece he saw earlier. Oh.
okay. Ritual, eh? That'd be the ritual, won't it? I'll look
No,
later. This is kind of interesting. Okay.
Bracken becomes a berserker with the following changes. Wow.
I think they just had like one really single. I think that like, they had one idea with this. They wanted crab people. They just needed a good vehicle to get to justify having the crab people.
Yeah, I think so, but it's still cool though. I like the
No, I
idea.
like it. They committed a bit, and they
Sometimes
didn't
that
make them funny crab people. They're very
yeah.
spooky.
Yeah,
I like it.
sometimes an adventure is good for being just that a vehicle for weird creature. In this case, crab people.
Yeah, I mean, it's touch with crab people. I like it. The art's decent, and it's got some nice quality maps. I do think the map quality is important for me. So
Yes,
yeah,
Cobble Press generally does some really good stuff. I want to get some of their actual like proper books at some stage because they do very good stuff.
I'm blessed to do something because you rarely hear about them. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, but
But
yeah,
the rubbish,
that's
it's the rubbish at swimming.
yeah,
Oh yeah, kind of makes sense.
uh, yeah, and that's a Leewood Shore, not to be confused with Alewood Shore, which presumably has lots of beer in it.
Ale, Ale was a very different place down the road.
I now want to make a town called Alewood. It's probably like some weird like place where dwarves and wood elves kind of weirdly coexist. And they make like beer from tree sap or something. I wonder if that's actually a thing you can do. I presume so. I mean, you can ferment anything, right?
Okay, there's a rock.
So, what's next? I guess we can move on to critical fumble because we like critical fumbling.
Yeah, yes. Trying to keep it. So I suppose this one's been this was one that April actually pointed out just today. It's keep it very fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've seen it. I think it's in America that they're showing this advert. Um, there's there's been adverts going around for AI jobs.
Oh
The
my
adverts literally,
goodness! Yeah,
yeah, what's in it? It literally says what there's no need to hire humans, which is weird because a human would have had to prompt it to say that. Wonder if they realise that. Um, yeah,
I don't know how to give.
where that's going to fumble is is this is going to be fine until they realise that the AI can replicate other jobs that aren't bottom line too.
Yeah. So, we don't need
So
managers anymore. So
once
you just get AI to manage
yeah,
them.
don't need middle managers because they're inefficient. So got to cut that out. And
Heck,
when
you
the
can
CEO
even
start, if the
yeah, it's like
CEO,
just create a chatbot AI that just gives out bad ideas. Bam! Suddenly you have a CEO.
CEO AI, then they'll be like suddenly it will all be we have to put a stop to this AI. It's gone too
Yeah.
far when they're the ones
Honestly,
getting
I feel like an
outed.
AI could
Um,
probably be a better CEO for Hasbro than their current CEO.
you know what? I would humor its ideas more.
Yeah.
Might do something weird every now and again.
Yeah. We've decided to make a new Magic the Gathering set based on memes. Okay, fair enough.
If the memes haven't been made yet, so it's yeah,
It's
that'll be interesting
hallucinated
if
all the
nothing else.
memes, but it's fine.
It's not boring, but I'll take
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So, this idea of like, we're gonna replace all jobs with AI is like, hang on a minute. Wasn't it like 3 months ago you were telling us, oh, don't worry, we won't replace your job with AI. You're worrying too much. You're being paranoid. Oh, were
Yeah,
we now?
they would say that.
Yeah,
until he's replaced you with AI.
yeah.
Um, Seriously, I do wonder how much money you'd save by cutting like a few middle managers here and there, though.
Hundreds of thousands, probably.
I've definitely had bad managers that an AI could replace.
Yeah. Because it's like half the time you don't even need the middle management. They're just there to be a dick, I feel like.
Yeah, I've had managers that are definitely just enjoying being dicks. Well, despite not even training me properly, that was the real kicker.
Yeah, well, it's probably because they don't know what they're bloody doing themselves. Like, I don't actually know what you're supposed to do. Well, that's great.
So that kind of AI takeover actually support because then it'd be quite funny.
It's like,
It does. Uh,
just
not necessarily.
ChatGPT saying, oh, you should do 30 jumping jacks. That'll help. Oh, okay.
There's an old Twilight episode that literally was the plot of it. That was robots rather than AI.
Ah.
Mid 50s, you know. It was literally about. I guess he would be a CEO as well.
Uh-huh.
He basically figured out he could save money by replacing his staff with robots, and then robots started to make a robot to replace him. He was like, "Oh, what? Really? No. Help!" He even had like a tie as well, I think, just to mock him a bit.
Even the
At
robots
least that
didn't
might come
like him.
true.
That would be very funny if that happened. Can you imagine that happens like Tesla or something? They just create Robo Musk that's just superior in every way to the actual Elon Musk. Like, sorry,
The
you've been replaced.
I think the AI would just randomly make very bizarre suggestions that are not remotely possible
Yeah,
and overpromise on everything. It's free, really, couldn't it?
yeah. So my critical fumble this week is like, this is a silly one to be honest. So
That's good.
it's not even technically Wizard of the Coast this time. But it's kind of like certain parts of the Magic the Gathering community, if that makes any sense.
Right?
So there's some parts of the community that are like anti-proxy. So it's like, oh, don't proxy cards that whatever. But it's like
Right.
half of the problems that they say, oh, proxies are bad because of this or whatever. It's you're homogenizing the game, you playing really powerful stuff. But surely the same thing would apply if someone just had a lot of money and bought the
Hmm?
cards.
Right.
Are we saying that we want to play against people's wallets now?
So, like it literally pay to win?
Yeah, it's like, huh? I don't get it. It's like if you're worried about the power level of the format, that's what having a conversation with your table is about. Proxies aren't going to make
Communicate
that any
at that
better or
point.
any worse.
I mean, it's not a tournament or anything, so.
Yeah, and it's also like this is kind of the similar issue with the bracket system. It's like this game is not balanced as it is, so it's like there are cheap cards out there that are just utterly broken that have been like half forgotten. It's like there are so many like ways to break the game that doesn't even require you spending a whole lot of money on pushed cards. It's like, why are you complaining about proxies? It's like, idiots. And you know the kinds of people who it is that are making these comments. It's the kinds of people that can and have afforded expensive cards. And a lot of it's just like, I want to, I,
We can't
I
completely
want,
flatten everyone now. This
yeah.
isn't fun.
Yeah, but I paid good money for these cards. I expect to be able to win. Prince of go brr.
Games Workshop something about 3D printers.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same kind
But
of thing. It's
spending
like,
£100 for one miniature.
yeah. Also, another critical fumble I have is actually Games Workshop. I found something out because there was a
Oh,
post online complaining about it. that there's only
See their logo?
no, that too actually. It's just the corporate oversimplification again. Ugh. It just
It's
no.
pretty
It
natural.
has no character to it. But no, that's not it. It's that there are only 6 approved layouts for scenarios.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
when did this come in?
I don't remember, but I think it's like a tournament rule mostly. There's like, yeah, there's only 6
Right.
because people were talking about they want to use like their own custom terrain and really nice custom boards and stuff.
Yeah,
But there was like this
that's fair.
meme. There was a meme. Where it's like, oh, you can't use that. It's not one of the 6. It's not one of the 6 approved setups. They're the kind of like rules lawyer types. It's like, really? That's a thing?
These are the same people that like measure every single inch to check if it's cover or not.
Yeah, probably.
I hate those people.
Uh,
Just technically, I'm just within range to do this one thing for a command point. They're always those people.
yeah, I'm just like, why? I mean, I've seen some really, really amazing custom. You know, you get like the foam,
Yeah,
like
like
craft
we
foam
got local
boards.
tournaments that
Yeah, and it's like
have
really cool
spent.
stuff. When Bad Kitty was around, they had some really amazing layouts for
Oh yeah,
their
some lovely
stuff.
boards.
It's like,
Imagine things like local tournaments. They get actual groups of people together to make custom terrain for this one campaign they made a
yeah,
narrative of. But if
but
it doesn't fit the formats,
yeah, but
God
they were
forbid.
talking about the part of the meme was, "Don't worry, guys, I have my standard L-shaped cardboard cutout to
I've
make
seen
it
that actually. Yeah,
compliant." And I'm just like, if that's your problem, the whole thing of like, oh, it has to be an exact layout. Okay, even then though, even then, you can still make what a L-shaped building look cool, even without buying the actual official plastic
seen some good
scenario
cardboard ones.
table pieces. Yeah. It's like you could make it out of cardboard. You could blink in 3D print something cool. Heck, you could make it look like
Yeah,
a you could make it look like a fucking American shopping mall and still fit the layout. All the layout is a shaping thing. You don't have to
yeah.
use
There's a whole like flat pack stuff you can get now.
yeah.
Just slot them together. It's really good quality stuff.
Mm. It's like
And then there's the pre-painted stuff, and that's really annoying because I bought the old Necromunda set yonks ago now,
mm,
and that terrain's great because it's deliberately multi-leveled. It's actually using climbing rules.
yeah.
So I think a bit of that kind of detail in terrain would actually make 40K a lot more interesting.
Yes. So my point was, I guess it's like, even if you are, say, you're doing like official sanctioned tournament stuff,
Hmm.
you can still make your boards look different and cool rather than looking all the same. And Games
Like
Workshops and
features,
other
stuff like
groups
that.
should be doing that.
And I love the idea of like water features blocking off parts of the board so you can't deploy as you'd like a little bit.
Mm.
Because then it means your deployment's weird.
Yeah.
Especially people that love the deep strike in loads of powerful units, can't do it as freely as they'd used to.
Yeah. But it's like, even if
Maybe all those
you. Yeah.
meta lists aren't,
Hmm.
as OP as they used to be.
Yeah. But it's like,
That's
even
bound to.
if you're using the standard, like, it's like, say if it's a Games Workshop and you've got to use the official product because obviously you're a Games Workshop store.
Right.
Part of the display is look at this
Yes.
cool thing that you can buy. Even then, you could put, say, on, I don't know, one of the big uh, buildings, put graffiti on there that makes sense for the setting. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
fair.
an
I mean,
orc
like
symbol or
anti-imperial
something.
stuff,
Yeah. Or
Gene
like
Stealer cult
some Gene
title,
Stealer
like
cult
that.
propaganda poster or something. Something
Star
to
of
make it
Chaos,
look,
that was good.
yeah, make it look slightly unique.
It's kind of reminds me of like a lot of the old White Dwarf magazines I've still got knocking about.
Yeah.
There's a couple of articles that I really like. They used to have a whole bit on just the hobby and terrain. It was really good. There was a whole Lord of the Rings article about if, and they were the standard L-shaped ruins, but made them sure that this was a haunted ruin. You had to pass
Ah.
a courage test to go in them, or it's overgrown. It would slow you down. It wasn't just a ruin all of a sudden, even if it was just
Mm.
shaped the same way. They made rules for this and with stuff like that. And there was a campaign or there's an Imperial Guard versus Chaos campaign. It was really in depth. And they even like terrain recommendations for every battle. It's like this place has been held by chaos. As many spiky bits of terrain as you can think of on the board. If it's got a Star of Chaos on it, put it on the board. Block the board with it so it's like an urban war zone. So that probably wouldn't fly in a tournament now. Makes me quite sad to think about.
Yeah, everything's just so boilerplate.
Standardized?
Yeah. It's like I get it for
Yes.
balance, but even so, you should have more than six. I feel like because again,
Yes.
if
Like,
because with only six, you then get to the point where say a format can be easily solved,
yes.
where it's like okay, this is just the absolute optimal way to deploy for this particular board. That
Hmm.
just gets kind of boring.
Yeah, I do think it would if no, I'm a sucker for like weird scenarios. So I think a tournament can be made much more interesting if there's strange rules just for that tournament.
Yes, yeah, because that would then
There's
that
been a lot of really good local examples
the
in that.
players then have to think on their feet rather than just going with the same
Yes.
strategy every single
Change your army
time.
list as well.
Hmm. It also means that
Yeah,
no particular meta could stand out, so
yeah,
you are then encouraged to play what you actually want to play rather than oh this is just the straight up best thing.
or like campaign events are quite funny for that. Uh,
Hmm.
it could be so easy to have a rule of like, depending on how it goes. Let's say it's Imperium versus everything else, because that tends to be how it goes. One side might have difficulty because all reinforcement rolls have a -1 to them because of warp storm or something.
Yeah.
That's just part of the campaign now. It actually affects the game. Sort of like,
Hmm.
but it's I think it was Storm of Chaos. No, it was a mess organized, but that was a whole attempt at narrative gaming. It's quite good.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like that was actually kind of cool. They tried at least.
They couldn't. What I think they couldn't verify every win and loss. I think that was where it fell down.
Hmm.
But it was a really cool. It was for those that don't know it. It was so they were going to do Storm of Chaos. It was in the narratives in the books, but to make it really official, they wanted to give the players a chance to dictate the result. So every store was supposed to keep track of which faction was winning the most games, and that would decide the winner. Um, and it kind of got a little out of hand because uh, I think it was Imperium did won by a bit, but they couldn't verify every single win, and there was accusations of cheating, and it was a mess. But the idea of that they could have actually changed the outcome was really funny.
Yes.
And this was global as well. Like every Games Workshop store, in theory, that I felt was actually doing this a little bit.
They should really do that more. This maybe plan it better next time, but yeah.
Yes, or do it at one event. I say really contain that.
Ah, well, such is life, I guess.
Well, it's a bit good. Get good at the sixth form. This is why I'm going to kill team nowadays. They don't have no sixth form. What nonsense there?
Yeah, yeah, true, true.
Nice. And we got
So,
next.
let's do our homebrew of the week.
Ah, yes. Okay, that reminds me. So, um, this one was inspired by a cat video, believe it or not.
Hey.
Right, I'll explain. So there were lately my YouTube shorts have been flooded by videos. There's cat channels. There's Merv the cat, and he's just this weird Siamese. She's a weird Siamese cat who sounds like she's talking. She's got a really like grumpy voice. Um, and for some reason, somebody says something that sounds like Bagagwa.
Pagagua.
And her owners have this joke that said, "Don't summon Bagagwa." Uh,
Don't summon the Bagagua.
have but whatever is false intimidation. Bagagwa's actually just an imp,
Ah.
but some like drunken locals have heard the name Bagagwa, heard spoken apparently by a cat, and they've turned it into this terrifying story. But it's actually just an imp that's slightly nastier than other imps. Um, it's actually got so out of hand that other devils say that Bagagwa is coming just to make people get frightened.
Amazing. It's like,
It's a good fiend name, Bagagwa, by dumb luck.
yeah,
When I was writing it, actually, I discovered like imps are kind of nasty and very weird. So
yeah,
they become invisible and shape change just
yeah.
just because.
I think I remember fighting an imp once, and I was like, this bastard.
Weird. Oh, and they're resistant to magic
Yeah, yeah.
and advantage on spell saves, which is kind of nuts.
It's
But
like, can
they're
I
really flimsy.
can I dispel the guy's invisibility? Maybe. What do you mean, maybe?
Yeah, but then what's the point? It's like a CR half, CR1
See
imp.
the issue isn't just that it's invisible. It's an invisible bastard that can fly. So they are when they're invisible, they are really fucking hard to hit if you can't actually see them.
Yep. Yep. They do. So what actually changed was I gave it the trait Terrifying Name, which only works on commoners, but they have advantage on intimidation checks to scare commoners.
That's
Because
hilarious.
they heard of Bagagwa, and for some reason they're petrified of it. They've never met Bagagwa, but they're terrified of it. And also because it fit, I gave them Firebolt and a small trident because
Nice.
I like the old imagery of little devil slash demon people with tiny little
Yeah.
tridents.
Yeah.
Very hellish.
Pitchforks, more like. They're more like
Yeah, it's like a very
pitchforks.
little tiny pitchfork just for an imp.
Yeah. I think it's
Um,
quite funny that you just basically created a legendary imp. Of all things to have a legendary version, imp.
and it's really not much stronger than a regular imp either. It's for like maybe 3 more hit points. I honestly was kind of lost for ideas until I saw the cavalry. I was like, what is Bagagwa? I have to
Yeah.
stat
I
block
can
this.
actually see them being quite an annoying boss fight if they have a ranged attack, since invisible, flying, has a ranged firebolt attack. It's like, where the
It's only a
fuck are we being
+3 to hit,
pelted from?
but
True, but it's like, where the fuck are we being pelted from?
it would like brag often at how powerful Bagagwa is and talk about itself in third person.
So, I can hear you, little
Bagagwa.
bastard. Shit.
Yes.
Fucks over its own stealth by just talking shit.
It does have 14 charisma. That's base imp stats, by the way. That's
Amazing.
weird stat block on the imp.
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
devils in particular have good charisma for some reason.
So what have you got for false intimidation?
So I weirdly also went with a variant of a creature, but I went in
Hey,
the opposite direction. Instead of making a meaner version of a nasty bastard, I went for a slightly more
yeah.
depressed version of a nice bastard.
Oh,
This is the noir lumph or black
what?
black flumph. So they are
Is
a
it
black
like
variant of the
a cotton
flumph.
trench coat?
Yeah, so they're slightly
Amazing.
bigger. They are like pitch black with red eyes. So they look really really scary, but they're actually just massive crybabies. Because they tend to wind up absorbing like negative thoughts most of all. Like not necessarily evil thoughts, just like negativity. So they are like depressed.
They have like really gruff voices and they're always retired and after 10 years on the force.
I mean, probably through their telepathy, yeah. But yes, they have something. They have something called menacing aura? Question mark. So basically, they have like the
Oh,
on-site frighten effect that some creatures have.
yeah.
So each creature that becomes aware of it for the first time each day must succeed in a DC 16 Wisdom save or become frightened for 1 minute. A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect in itself as a success. If a creature saving throw successful, the effect ends for it. The creature is immune to the Noir Lump's menacing aura? Question mark for the next 24 hours. A very basic, is very very basic add-on effect, and it's only like one. It's like CR quarter rather than CR eighth, so they're not that much more dangerous, and they are chaotic good rather than lawful good. and that they are treated as invisible when in darkness because they are a pitch black creature. Like, it's hard to see them in the dark, obviously.
That makes
Yes,
sense.
even with dark vision, because it's hard to see the darkness for the darkness when you only can see in shades of grey, naturally. And they also
Something
they
that
have
they'd say, actually.
they have an action called Melancholy. They choose a creature within 120 feet of them. The Noir Lymph cries at the target. That creature must make a DC 16 Wisdom save. On a failed save, they are charmed by the Noir Lymph for 1 minute and must use their turn protecting it from harm or otherwise attempt to cheer it up if it is in no immediate danger. This effect ends early if a successive Wisdom save is passed or the Noir Lymph appears to be made happy. Just literally having to, like, they will cry at people because they want to be cheered up. It's like,
What if you don't do that?
well, you're still going to remain. Well, you're
Oh, what is the...
charmed, I guess, so you'd be compelled,
oh,
unless you're.
okay.
They have a strange compulsion to pat them on the head and tell them everything's going to be okay. Yes,
All right then.
I had this idea that they're actually from like the darker parts of the Underdark. That makes any, because like some areas like illuminated with mushrooms or whatever, which is probably where the regular flumps are, but the Noir Lymph evolved in pitch blackness, and so their cream colored like flesh turned black to better camouflage themselves. Unfortunately, because things in that area, in those kind of areas, are pretty bleak, most of the thoughts they were eating for sustenance were really negative, depressing ones, and so they developed like chronic depression.
Do they hang out with the Shadow Kai? Because that'd be quite funny.
Honestly, probably that would actually make that
Just,
probably would
could
make
you hear
sense.
them brood?
Brooding
Oh, could you hear
together,
them brooding?
yeah.
And then,
There are two types. There are two types of Noir Lymph in this world: the edgelords and the depressed. There is no in between.
okay, there we are.
But yeah, I kind of had the idea based on a character from Uma Musume called Rice Shower, who is kind of like this.
Right.
She's dressed like an assassin, and she looks kind of edgy and cool, but she feels like she's a bad luck omen, and she's constantly sad and crying all the time because she feels like she's a burden on people. And it's like, you know what? That's an interesting way to do false intimidation. Just be like, looks like an assassin, carries knife, is actually just a big soft crybaby. I can work with this. That's an idea. Plus,
In my head, I immediately imagined them with like wearing a trench coat and just floating around.
I don't do that no more.
And I was in noir. I thought like, is in film noir.
Oh, yeah. I don't do that no more.
Who he is on the Force. What Force? They never know. They never explain.
Maybe I'll make a unique one of these that's like an inspector or something. Like, moved out of the Underdark, found his way in Baldur's Gate somehow. He's still sad, but like noir detective sad instead. It's like,
Imagine like he
only
takes missions looking for cats, but takes it deathly seriously.
yeah. Like, the only thing I live for now is my job. I'm a DCI. So okay.
It's just like looks for like petty theft and very minor crimes.
Yeah, and always has this like massive sense of ennui about them. That like weird, melancholy detective je ne sais quoi.
I have a 20% chance of sounding like Nicolas Cage for some reason.
Uh,
I really want to see more Nick Cage as Spider-Man Noir because he was so
yeah,
very well cast in
yeah, that was amazing casting. But yes, that's the Noir Lymph. I decided as well I want to do that particularly because I love the Flump because they're a weird oddity in the sort of the monster
They are odd.
kingdom, and because it's like it's rare to see creatures in the monster manual that are actually good aligned. I think the other one is that weird elephant-looking
Yeah.
type thing. I can't remember the name.
Yes, the gold elephant things. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. And that's like it for the most part. There's not any like weirdly good aligned creatures that are just kind of there.
Outside of some dragons.
Yeah, yeah. So we figured, why not make a variant of the goodest boy in all the Underdark, but make them sad? And again, false intimidation. Make them look utterly terrifying, but actually they're not really a threat at all.
Do they actually have any attacks?
They do, so they do have the same tendril and stench spray as the regular Flump, except their tendrils do slightly more damage than the regular Flump does. It's like 1d6 opposed to 1d4.
Right.
So yeah, it's still they are like only slightly better, and they do have
So
a
they're
little bit more
support-
health, and their stats are slightly better. And naturally, they will fight
enough.
if they are threatened. They're not stupid. They're not like suicidally depressed. They're just melancholy.
Not realistically depressed.
Yeah,
They want
yeah,
to get up in the morning.
yeah. They're gloomy. They are gloomy boys. They are gloom maxing.
That's going to take off in a week. Call it.
Yeah, yeah. Gloom maxing. Oh boy, it's gonna be the next fad. I've called it now. Yeesh. But yeah, that's the Noir Lump. I've also done. I'll mention briefly. I'm working on a few more things for the Meridian Phyrexian Compendium. I've done a new item as part of the Shard cycle, the Heartwood Shard, which allows you to pierce through armor once per day, and a couple of Phyrexian zombies that I'm working on, because there's a few of them, and they are quite different. One of them looks like a xenomorph, quite weirdly. It's called the Skin Render. It's very xenomorph coded.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's quite scary looking as well. It has a decent effect for what it is, actually. It's actually a half decent card. But I thought, using the actual 5e zombie as a base, I can create a few of these quite quickly by just adjusting some things. So the Phyrexian Ghoul is effectively just a slightly better zombie. Instead of having the standard ability of getting up, what is it, Undead Constitution, it has something called Feeding Frenzy. So they can use their free action to feed on a corpse, even inorganic creatures. If it does, it heals 1d4 hit points and gets +2 to Strength and Con until the end of the round. So if there's a whole bunch of corpses lying around, they could get very strong for like a turn. But only like one round. So the idea, I guess, like combat wise, the idea would be tactically fight them first. Don't give them corpses to eat.
Because that's a very common thing for people to just leave lying about.
Well, in combat, yeah, weirdly enough. When you think like, oh, you felled a creature? Guess this guy's got some food now.
Yeah, I could see it. But would they turn on each other? Oh, that's a fun
Yes.
thought.
Yes, they will eat their own
that's
kind.
cool.
They are like the carrionist of carrion eaters in the Phyrexian food chain. And the other one is the Phyrexian Scuta. Scuta. They're really weird looking. They were printed in Plane Shift and only got reprinted in Dominaria Remastered. They look really weird. I'll send you a picture if I can. Phyrexian Scuta. They do not look like what you would think.
Sorry, carry on.
Here we go. I will send you this over. Look, they've got like weird bulbous green things around their head.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they are like really cool.
They remind me of Wars and Mutant Chronicles art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
Spiky.
Well, assumedly, like they were from the same kind of era, I think.
That would make sense. Like mid-90s.
Yeah, mid-90s. This was 1995.
That tracks. Everything's so about the shoulder pads and every bladed thing is somehow serrated.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, 1993. Sorry, wow, even older than that. Wow.
Right decade.
Yeah, but yeah. So these guys, they are basically on the smarter side of zombies because they are like foot soldiers. So they're like old Phyrexian foot soldiers from like the old era Phyrexia, and they have a
Okay.
straight up metal claw attack instead of like a standard slam. So they do
They
slashing
look
or
like
piercing
flies a
damage.
little bit. What's going on there?
They look like what?
Flies.
Oh yeah, they do have that kind of weird. Yeah, I do see it kind of. Yeah. Uh, and they've got like weird, like you see those tubes going from like the mouth area into the rest of the body. That's kind of weird. I only just noticed that. There's a lot of intricate
And the smash
details here,
beast shield.
actually.
There's a lot going on with this one.
Yeah,
So you
this is why I
figure.
like old magic art because I feel like some of old magic art is a lot more detailed than newer stuff.
Yeah,
Like a lot of
yes.
newer stuff is a lot more simplified. Whereas some of this stuff's like,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got loads of like little tiny details on the actual thing itself
What,
rather than just the background.
what the ones you were looking through on Thursday? You were showing us a couple that were just like, what was going on there?
Yeah,
It's
but
just the
yeah,
faces. They're like, what's that meant to communicate?
yeah. But
Like,
these guys have an ability called Sangromancy, which you will know is blood magic, basically.
ooh.
So they can use a bonus action to gain +2 strength and +2 constitution for 10 minutes at the cost of 1d8 plus 1 of its hit points. So they pay their own life, basically, to get stronger for a time. And that can stack,
Yep.
but that they obviously run the risk of straight up killing themselves.
Yeah, I could see it.
And that again is very much based on their effect. So I think it's like you pay 3 life as a kicker cost when casting it, and they get some plus one counters on them. So that's where that comes from. And they are just CR1. They are very, very basic, run of the mill foot soldiery guys. And they speak Phyrexian, so they're like, yeah. The very, very
They speak
basic
their own weird
zombie
language.
variants. Yeah. Very, very basic foot soldiery boys. Nothing particularly amazing going on. Of course, they have a shield. They have AC 16 because, of course, they actually have actual armor and an actual shield, so they would have decent AC. And I mean, like, look at that shield. Like, it's got like vents and
It's got a
everything.
face. The shield
Yeah,
has a
it's
face.
even got like some weird like coat of arms looking thing on it. With those 5 different colored things.
Yeah, some with Zulu art on it. There's a yeah. That was a very much a concept. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was really weird and really interesting, and I want to do more stuff like that. And again, it's like filling out the bestiary is what I want to do right now because there's a lot of different creatures for Meriden and Phyrexia, and as you can see with this guy, a lot of them are very, very different from each other. Even if they do similar things, their appearances are so vastly different. It's crazy.
Yeah, the artist couldn't agree on a set image for them, apparently.
Yeah. Because this is like old era. That's so there's a very big difference in the old era stuff and the new era stuff as well. Obviously, because
They had
between the
time to get
'90s
their
and the
sets
early
out
2000s,
for the
yeah,
next one.
yeah,
They didn't have to worry about, the two sets coming out next month.
yeah. And it's like I think Skin Render came out. I'll show you Skin Render when I do it. A Skin Render.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Uh,
Let's see him.
this was made. This was first made at a time where I guess Alien versus Predator was really popular. So there was this, and
Oh, oh,
the
yes.
slivers at the time looked very Predator Xenomorph like. Show you what one of the
Yeah, it's very
slivers.
alien almost. I could see it.
Yeah, so this is if I can find it, because slivers classically looked like weird reptilian looking things. Let me see if I can find a classic one. So this is what a classic sliver looked like. People who are listening can take a look at home. That's what a slivers classically
Look.
look like.
Oh, it's so nice. That's cool. Like a weird pterodactyl, but not quite.
Yeah, And then this is what slivers looked like in sort of the late 2000s, early 2010s.
Again, that's not a downgrade. That's still cool.
It just is a
Yeah,
very, very different look. They did actually
yeah.
go back to the old style because I guess this kind of
That completely just had
predator look
a bit more
wasn't
gloss
popular.
to the original art.
Yeah,
That's fine.
it was like
That was the
it was a
style.
thing of the time,
Really
I
cool.
guess. It was a popular look for the
Yeah,
time,
really cool.
and some of them really worked well. Some of the designs were like, ugh, I guess. Let me see if I can find one of the worst ones. I can't remember which one it was. Da, 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 da. Is that, what's that? Oh yeah, this one actually this isn't that bad either, to be fair. But you can really see the predator in this one. You can really see the Alien versus Predator in that one.
Let's have a look. Oh
They
yeah,
still
yeah,
kept the
that's
funny arms
yeah.
though. They still kept
Yeah,
like
the
the
with
slithery
mantis
arms.
arm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still kept the mantis arms, which is at least something. But yeah, it's like okay, it's a little weird. I but I like both, honestly. I like both. But yeah, you
Yeah,
can see there's a
they're
huge
all interesting.
difference. You can see there's a massive difference between like the magic designs of the 90s and then sort of the early 2010s. And I guess they're sort of going back and doing a few classic style designs nowadays, but not nearly as many. They've kind of moved on to sort of more, if I look at A300, they've kind of gone more cartoony nowadays, I feel like, with a lot of their designs. Or either cartoony or
There's the
slightly
more
more
yeah.
anime, like modern anime.
Yeah, they look like monstrous in the older versions. They're all like something you don't want to be around.
Yeah, it's like, like I'm trying to think what's a good. Yeah, like even if you look at like Ketramones, one of the new gods from the thing, even Ketramones doesn't look quite as intimidating as it perhaps should.
It looks cool, but it's
Room
not
for
the this
improvement is what I would say if I were a teacher.
yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing. The
Yeah,
others, there's some sort of intent. It's just sort of standing there menacingly.
yeah, that's the whole thing. It's
The
like,
other ones, they're that depicted usually doing something, look, they're about to do something.
yeah,
There's some sort of movement implied. It's just sort of static and being vaguely menacing.
hmm. I think it's the kind of like the sharp edges have been rounded off. That's what I would
No,
say.
that's a good point. This will make you laugh, actually. Do you know, God, the YouTuber called Phalus?
Vaguely,
Yeah, for a while he reviewed like the Ghostbusters cartoon, and one of the complaints they actually got while that show was being made in the mid '80s to '90s was that they needed to uh, change the shape of the receptionist's glasses from triangular to circular because it looked aggressive.
yeah. I see it. Sometimes it's a small change. It sounds really silly, but
It's
it's
not
like
yeah, I've heard that.
it's a small change that can actually make a heck of a lot of difference.
It's like it's like if you looked at any art by Akira Toriyama, that man loves pointy bits on everything, like pointy chins, very pointy hair. Early Yu-Gi-Oh as well, all about the pointy
Yeah,
hair. But it does make things look sharp and a little bit dangerous,
hmm.
which is important.
Yeah. I think like a lot of things nowadays have gotten for more sort of rounded look. It's like it's just not. I get that like the 90s was a very edgy time, but there was something about
Oh yeah,
making scary things look scary.
yes. I think something like Hellraiser probably wouldn't have taken off now, but it
Yeah.
did back in the '90s.
But yeah, that's my homebrew of the week. I will be working more. So yeah, I'll be working more on the compendium, and hopefully have sort of version 1.01 ready soon. Once I do a bit more, I've got a few more legendary creatures I want to do up as well. So that'll be another huge cool thing. And there's a dragon as well that I really want to do. It's like this
Oh,
weird like furnace dragon. It's really weird. That's a whole thing in like Meridian. There's like dragons that are like biomechanical almost, so they're like living, breathing furnaces. So their breath weapon is more sort of, it's not like a gland. It's just like an actual biomechanical process.
to be fair, that you could, with threats, you could tell me. As long as it's weird and slightly gross looking, I'd believe it's from there.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So moving on to our next segment, miniature of the month. We haven't done that in a hot minute, have we?
We haven't done that. No, we really haven't. Yeah, what have I? I've got a selection. I've got some things. Do you know what? I'm gonna have to bring up my they're still unpainted, but my Zaku's for the upcoming Gundam tabletop game.
Yes.
Yes, I brought the Zaku set. Yeah, there were cards with it, but I'm about that skirmish game. I want us to get adopting that nice and early before scalpers get to it. So
Hmm.
I picked the mates that looked coolest at the time. So it's Xeon all the way. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, if it takes off, they'll do loads more Xeon. So currently it's just Zaku's, but the Zaku 2 looks fine, looks nice and scary.
Yes.
I wonder how the rules will treat them though, because canonically they're meant to be pretty much secondary to every other Gundam ever. So I wonder how that will come through in the rules.
Yeah.
If that means more, or maybe I'll get something more interesting, maybe something a bit heavier like the Goof. The Goof custom would be a good miniature like that.
Yes.
Or the Gelgoog or something a bit heavy hitting. But then that's implying there's expansion sets, and I might have to get those.
Hmm.
Hopefully makes the money so we can get away with that. But yeah, currently it's the Zaku's.
Yeah, I think
The one with the axe is particularly cool looking.
yes. I was thinking of setting up and trying to get the other starter sets because the miniatures from this are just so cool. But I really am liking the Leo from this set, specifically the Leo with the cannon, because they've got their legs like super spread as if like this cannon has a huge amount of knockback or something. It's really
Because
cool.
it feels like it's too big for the mech.
Yeah, yeah. Where is it? Gundam Leo. There we are. I you've probably seen it, but there you go. Look at him. He's like he's falling over.
Uh, it's an odd pose. It's like he just fired and knocked himself on his bum.
And look, no tactical rock.
Well, he was standing on it until seconds ago, I think.
Yeah, I like the. I see. I think this is a better way of doing it, having like an adjustable little like rod for your miniature
Yeah.
rather than a blinking just tactical rock. Or even if you're going to just have a tactical rock, have both so that your miniature can actually stand upright without, falling over or breaking so stupidly easily. Would be nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a nice uncluttered miniature. It's
yeah.
as complicated as it needs to be.
Also, no glue required. Certain companies could
Yeah, you
really
just
learn
clip
something
and
there.
plug it in. It all slots together very neatly.
Yeah. Certain companies could really learn a lot from that.
And
Cough,
most of them
cough.
could actually. To be fair.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. And it's also like, he's got like this almost like TV shaped head. It's quite cute. I'm a little
Yeah,
telly boy.
the little tiny square head.
Yeah, it's a square boy. It's like, should we make the
Yeah,
head look
I
vaguely
quite like the
human?
design of
No, don't
the
need to.
yeah. I quite like the other Leo. It just looks like a basic mech. I love
Yeah,
how basic
it's
it looks.
just like a guy.
That's a mech you give to a soldier. Um,
I
I
do
can't
like
find the
the
ones from the new set.
I do like
I'm
the sort
sorry.
of the ammo canister for it. Give It's ironically looks very low tech, their gun, which is quite cool. Even
Yeah,
like
I'm all about my low
Torgis
tech
is
mech.
very.
So,
Even Torgis is kind of low tech when you think about it. It has a literal shield and a sniper rifle that
yeah,
wouldn't look out of place nowadays.
yeah, the shields are a very old school Gundam thing as well.
Yeah.
Um, like the original Zaku and the original, all the Zaku's had one. The original Gundam had one. All the I think it's the GMs
Mm.
always had a shield as well. Like early Gundam, they love putting shields on stuff.
And I mean, why not? It's cool. It's
And
also a
to be
lot
fair,
more
they did make
believable
yeah.
than, oh, I just have a deflector shield. Okay.
Yeah, to be fair to the show, they did have them actually use the shields, and the shields would get damaged.
Hmm.
So they weren't just for show; they were actually serving a point.
Yeah.
But there's the painted ones. The Heat Hawk Zaku is, I think, it's a very cool looking model from the set.
Oh, yeah.
But like you put them all together, I think the Xeon stuff looks like the best team shot of all the miniatures in one place.
Yeah, I feel like it's because, like, I haven't watched the series yet, but I feel like, isn't, like, Torgis, like, a standalone guy? I don't think he, like, works with the Leos, does he?
He is. From my this is one I've read the wiki on a train a couple of times. So
Yeah.
this is as much as I know about it. But Torgis is one of like the more experimental ones.
Mm.
That's sort of like an ace. One of the aces is using it, so it's not a standardized mech at all.
Yeah. So it kind of,
It's
like,
competing.
stands out a lot.
It's also competing with the Gundam with Gundam Wing from that series. So it's one of the high spec ones. You know, the Leos are like the standard.
Yeah.
Even I think that if the wiki's honest, apparently the Leo was
Oh,
already sort of like an outdated
Oh,
design
okay. So
by that point.
apparently, the link is that the O0Z06MS Leo is an MS developed using data from tall geese. So that's where the link is. Right.
Yeah, okay.
Even though the Leos look nothing like tall geese. Its notable difference is that it can be
Cheap
piloted by the
version.
average soldier, whereas tall geese
It's a,
requires
it's a
like a
cheap.
lot
Uh,
more.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a cheap sort of standard issue one.
Hmm. So they are part of the same faction. It just looks very, very different. I guess that kind of
Yeah,
makes sense.
I do think it's important to have like some like a nice like super special awesome miniature compared to like two other regular blokes to make them look more special.
Yeah, yeah. And I might like the Leos slightly more that I've researched that now. I was like, I thought in a way that only the bad guys had like standardized mechs, and that was kind of the point. It's like, oh, our special
The
anime
original
character
that's how it
boys,
started.
yeah,
Yeah.
our special anime
Until
boys
they
are the
made the
ones that have
GM.
the cool looking mechs. But no, I guess the
Yeah,
Leos are actual. Yeah.
yeah.
Ah. Sorry, you were gonna say something. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I mean, like Gundam always has like old school Gundam. It was always there was more like emphasis on like the obviously evil faction having the cheap stuff. But that
Mm,
sort of shifted now until it's just assumed everyone's got mech tech to have expendable suits that just sort of do basic infantry work at that
mm.
point.
Which makes sense, actually.
Yeah,
Makes more logical sense.
these are militaries we're talking about.
Yeah. Like, why wouldn't they have non-anime protagonist mechs?
Yeah, I think the problem is with like mechs like that, they are all inevitably compared to the Zaku because that was the one that really
Yeah,
did start
that's
it.
true. Yeah. And that in the middle is Char's Zaku too, isn't it?
But yes,
Specifically.
I do have an idea if we get around to playing it. Every time I lose a game, I'm gonna change the name of it, like Shah tends to do.
So this is no,
So
this
lose
is
once, it's not Shah, it's It's full frontal,
It's full
and then it's
frontal. Yep.
quattro. It's back
Quattro.
to char again. Then I'll make them up completely. So my commander never loses.
This is rear enders Zaku 2 actually.
Yeah, different guy. Same
Def-
stats, different guy.
Definitely a different person. A week
Yeah,
later. No, that's not. It's not rear ender anymore. He's it's fender benders. Very different guy.
yes,
Fender benders Zaku 2.
both the same. Don't worry about it.
This time he's crotch rocket.
Yeah, just yeah.
It's like, okay.
Not bad. 35 quid with a deck and minis. Or
Yeah,
to be fair,
honestly,
it's quite
yeah.
impressive.
I mean, like, considering you'd probably pay like 20 quid for a character mech from Games Workshop, a character miniature from Games
Yeah.
Workshop, you get that and 2 other miniatures. Not bad. And you get a free deck as well. It's like, neat.
It's I think it's maybe the month. Do you have any? It's closing thoughts, isn't it?
Yes, closing
Wrong with that.
thoughts.
And the wheel. Let us not forget
Yes,
the wheel.
the
Which has,
wheel. We've added some stuff to the wheel.
yes, we've been busy. It's quite a busy wheel now. So what we work on next week? Quite a lot I like on here. So I'm not. It'll be fun. Mounted creature mount.
Yes.
Basically, don't design a horse and
Huh?
just basically don't design a horse. And
Yes.
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it? Mount slash vehicle, basically.
Mount.
Yeah.
Yes.
Neat. So yeah, it's just don't. Yeah, or make something a little bit interesting that's a mount. Sounds good to me. That works
Yeah, I
for
can
me.
just go to my speculative biology and we need to stream that. We keep referencing that.
It's just playing
We
Mario's
actually
Mystery
played it.
Meat. Yeah.
Keep referencing it all the time. I've never actually played it. As for closing thoughts, well, there is potential that I might be doing some streaming of non-tabletop stuff soon.
Mhm.
I've abandoned where to go. I've been meaning to stream just for a bit of a laugh, a bit of nostalgia. Because remember last time I terrorized Jake with the online virtual museum. A lot of
Yes,
fun.
the Eyewitness Museum.
Found some. Found some. That's yep. That's lad remembers that bit. Then there's the Lego Island, which is fortunately much easier to run. So I might stream that at some point in the next few weeks.
Nice.
That's it for me. What anything else? Last thoughts?
I guess from me, no thoughts, head empty. No, I'm kidding. So, I will be adding to more. Yeah, I'm gonna just remind you all I'm adding more to the compendium. So check the Discord and the various links below. And one weird thought I had was, so this is very strange and off topic, but you know, there's the new Mario Kart out.
Yes.
So I found out there's actually a Waluigi pinball thing in there, and I don't like it.
Oh,
So
well, why not?
so they've changed the theme for the Waluigi pinball section, and they've made it more like a rock anthem. So it doesn't sound nearly
Cool.
as goofy as the original Waluigi pinball theme did.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it actually sounds kind of cool now, but that's kind of not the point. The reason why we love the Waluigi pinball thing, because it was dumb as heck. It was really dumb. You would go through a pinball thing that's it's like the whole point of it was kind of like a meme. It was the meme level. You just ruined it by making it actually semi-serious. Don't do that. It's
We've
like
seen
they did all
Archie
this.
Games with this.
Yeah, they did all this work by like funny things by adding like the cow and other things as actual playable races, but then they took look, they gave us a new meme and took the old one away.
You will like the new meme. glad you brought up the cow because RT again did a stream of it not too long ago, where he got a load of people together and they all ended up driving. There's like a herd of cows driving around. Decent video. It's decent video.
I was watching Ravs the other day. This was about a couple weeks ago. He was attempting to speedrun the game, and someone had told, like, there was a meme setup. I think it's Daisy on like some sort of bike, and they call it the Gooner setup.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's like, oh, but it also like kind of weirdly works apparently. So there was a certain amount of like slightly cringe humor going on there. Even Rabs in the end was like, guys, please stop with the Gooner jokes, please. It was funny for the first half hour. Please
UK.
stop. Yeah.
The UK will think it's porn.
Yeah.
RID.
Anyway, yeah, they've massacred my boy Waluigi Stadium, and I'm a bit sad. And on that melancholy noir flump themed bombshell, it's time to end this week's podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching.
Who are we gonna raid?
Do you know what? We were talking about crab people earlier. Let's raid Boreality, who's playing crab game.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah.
Crab people. So everybody get in the raid wagon, and we will see you guys in the next video. Byzantian Brewscast. Yeah.
Yep. See you next week.
A minute, let me get the outro ready. Oh, come on, you stupid! That's Coconut Mall. I don't want Coconut Mall.
We started with technical difficulties.
Okay, see you guys soon. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that good nonsense. And me and Byzantian Dev will see you guys in the next one. Bye!
See you next week.